John and Alex, it's Mom. Tonight I'm making spaghetti bolognese, which is a recipe that I've adapted slightly from Gita De Laurentiis. I love her recipes. I always double this because I freeze half, and I have people coming for dinner in half an hour, so I'm really in a rush, so we'll see if I can actually make this meal in about half an hour. I'm going to start with half a cup of olive oil, which I'm going to put on top of the stove in a large saucepan. And then I'm going to add about 2 diced onions, medium-sized onions, in the pan. And then 3 celery stalks. 3 celery stalks diced. And then I'm going to add those cute little green parts on the top of the celery. I love the taste of them. I'm just going to chop those up a little bit. And throw them in to cook with the vegetables. These are going to cook on medium-high, I think for about 8 minutes, and I'll be back with you in a few. Hi guys, I'm back. Everything's been cooking for about 6 minutes, and the onions are translucent, and I'm going to add the next ingredients. I have 5 garlic cloves minced. They're chopped really finely. Dump it right in there. And a cup of minced carrots. I use lots of carrots instead of adding sugar. And I have a little trick. I'm going to pour about 1/4 cup of water on top of this so that while I'm setting the table, the vegetables don't burn. Hi guys, the vegetables have been cooking for another 5 or 6 minutes. And now I'm going to add the beef. I use ground chuck. I have 2 pounds of meat here, and just kind of break it up as you're dropping it in. This costs $10, so you can make this huge pot of sauce that literally serves 8 people for, I don't know, $15 and a whole dinner for less than $20. Now, you're going to break up the pieces so that there aren't any lumps, and you're going to continue to cook this until the meat is no longer pink. I want to talk to you about a little shortcut that I did. Instead of dicing all of my carrots, I used matchstick bagged carrots that are already cut down, and I just slice across them into tiny little pieces that create some mince. If you have a few extra pennies, this is a great shortcut when making this recipe. So I'll be back to you as soon as the hamburger's done. Here's the meat and vegetable mixture. I just took it off the stove. The meat cooked for about, I don't know, probably less than 8 minutes because I sort of had it on turbo drive. I'm going to put it back on the stove. And now I'm going to add 1 can of crushed tomatoes. I think this is 28 ounces. 28 ounces it is. And 1 can of petite cut tomatoes, and that's supposed to simmer for 30 minutes, but I never have 30 minutes for simmering, so it's probably going to cook for another 10 minutes. So just about when everybody's arriving, I can add my last ingredient, which are the parsley and basil, which I'll chop up, and I add some Parmesan cheese to the sauce. I'll start the water boiling. And I have since made the salad, which is a combination of watercress, endive, and arugula. And I'll probably add some dried cranberries to that. I have my famous salad dressing, which is so good. And so I'll come back here when I'm just assembling the dinner and we're ready to serve. The sauce is just about ready. I have a few more ingredients to add, and it'll be ready to serve. I have the water boiling for the spaghetti. I use spaghetti ricotta, which cooks in about 5 minutes. I'm adding the final ingredients because the doorbell just rang and our guests have arrived. I have chopped basil, a cup of parsley. I had about a dozen to 15 basil leaves. I'm going to add half a cup of Parmesan cheese. It's about half a cup there. A teaspoon of salt. And a teaspoon of black pepper. At this point, I just stir all the ingredients together. And it's ready to go for dinner. And our guests have just arrived at 7:15, so I think I did it start to finish in half an hour or a little bit more.